All right then, well, Dignitas versus Kinguin, best of one game, and it's going to be on Mirage here for DreamHack Summer 2015. And a loser, they're out of the tournament. No chance to proceed.
That's it, it's a lower bracket match, man. There's no more room for error here. This is going to come down to who has the, well, I suppose, like to quote Richard Lewis, the testicular fortitude to actually bring it forward and win this match. So sick to be here again at DreamHack Summer, man. And like last year, we didn't have space enough. And again, this year, not enough space for everybody who wants to watch CS. So it's so cool to see the community growing year after year like this. But yeah, you guys have been very patient. But we're now about to get into the game. It should be any moment now, live with the pistol. You can see Nico warming up. And it's good that you mentioned that Nico's going to be the linchpin here, because really he is the make or break factor, I think, for Dignitas. If he's hitting shots, that's when they look unbeatable. But if he's struggling, if he's off to a slow start, Dignitas, they tend to struggle as well. But here we go, guys. Mirage to settle these two teams' fate. Who's going to make it? Who's going to make it into the consolidation match, essentially, and who is going home empty-handed? And Kinguin will be starting on the CT side. So all of a sudden, things got turned on their head.
Yeah, they managed to switch it around a little bit. And now MSL actually is charging into the middle, and he's going to be actually allowed to do that, at least for a while. He's keeping 3 people occupied here, while the rest of Dignitas are rushing into the B bomb site. Hutten just being overwhelmed here, and he's going to go down eventually. Fox did pick up Pimp, which is a very strong kill, and I'm not sure, oh, Nico, if he had pushed in, that might have been great timing, but I don't think he realized that now. The bomb is down, and there is currently no kit picked up on anyone on Kinguin, so that's a big problem. I think probably couldn't have one. Rain is going to get the kill on Nico, and Rain will go down subsequently. Now Scream picking off MSL, and it's into a 2v1. Fox last man standing, going to drop AC with a terrific quad kill in the round, and a very powerful performance for Dignitas here.
And that, to me, speaks of like a total lack of respect, essentially. Perhaps analyzing the fact that, hey, it's Hutten holding on that site. He's a little bit of a weaker aimer here. We might be able to take advantage of that if we just rush in, no fear, get in his face and put the pressure on early, turn it into a retake scenario for Kinguin. And that's when the team play can start to come to the fore. That's when the communication becomes key. And Dignitas right there, the experience as a lineup seemed to be what made the difference, although AC with the headshot certainly helped. So now we get into the second round here, and it will be a force buy for Kinguin. Pistol Force coming through here, so they have the Kevlar, and they're very limited on the nades. And Scream with the Scout. Scream with the Scout, that's interesting.
Yeah, don't really know what to make of that. That doesn't make sense to me, but I don't think this is like some sort of deep tactical level on Kinguin. It's just a question of Scream having the money and feeling like he wanted to test it out. I don't think there's very much more to say than that. We'll see how it's going to unfold here. Mike Kilele with a big opening frag, and Rain shooting in the back. He's going to pick up one. He's going to pick up a double kill before he goes down, and Scream is there. The Scout takes one, which leaves Kierbu alone in now a 1v2. Going to flash and then jump through the smoke. A bit of a brave play there. Hutten waiting real close by, and he's going to get that kill, and an instant comeback from Kinguin, who pick up that round. Rain with that double kill, just coming in big for the team.
And that's what happens when you try and rush into these guys as well. That's the opposite story, basically, where Rain, you give this guy time to unload with the 5-7, and he's going to do damage. Look at that. Prime range as well to just completely shred people in front of him. And Dignitas with that YOLO approach just not playing out, and they might go for more of the same here, Dignitas. They've gone for a pistol force of their own. Tech 9's picked up nades and Kevlar, and it's looking like they might try and set up for an A smoke execute here onto the A site. So we do have Scream holding under balcony, though. That could make the difference here. If he's in shadow, on the balcony or in shadow, he's within the smoke radius, and that's the important thing to take away from this. Rain helping him from stairs as well.
It's going to be rough anyway, because the 5-7 versus the tech line at this close range. Scream has to go huge here for this to work out. It's a really strong headshot, but he's already down to half health. He's going to get another kill in here, and the bomb is being put down in front of him. So first part of the mission is accomplished for Dignitas. They still need to do a little bit more. AC here at the murder hole looking for an opening, but he actually fires his gun just a bit too soon. And Scream is somehow still in here. AC gone down, and Kierbu in the corner doesn't get a single kill. Looked like there was a big opening. Nico inside the bomb site. He goes down. Nice 180 turn there from Scream, and a triple kill. That was a strange round from Dignitas.
Great timing, man. Great timing as well there. And by the timing, I mean the retake timing there from Kinguin. They waited until they could all go through together through jungle, through jungle and connector. We're going to get them. Well, we might get that moment again from Kierbu where he's going spraying madly trying to pick them off. But all 3 players go rushing through at the same time. And yeah, Scream stays alive forever. And that also shouldn't be a problem for Dignitas, though, because they smoked him off essentially. They wanted to get control of jungle. They wanted to get control of connector. That's what they did. It's giving up the kills, basically, allowing him to be able to pick up those 2 kills from Shadow. That's what I think wrecked Dignitas in that round.
Yeah, so it's turning into rather a good start here for Kinguin as they're now facing an eco round. No armor on anyone here, which means these submachine guns are doing wonderful work. But Dignitas are getting a pretty good round in anyway. And just getting the bomb down, they don't get a single kill, but that's a lot to get out of a round like this. So at least they get that done on the Danish side, and they should be able to buy pretty well in this upcoming round just because of that extra money.
Let's see the retake here. Yeah, exactly. Rain, basically. This is so difficult, but yeah, it's all about just getting that plant. So this is a success as far as Dignitas are concerned, and Nico will now have that AWP. That was going to be the question, but after a round like that, they should have definitely had the money. What is Michael doing? He's staying on the MP7. Okay, then. If he plays up close apartments, actually, this could be an interesting take. If he gets into close quarters, that MP7 could do some damage, but versus AKs, it's still a pretty big risk to take.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of this. I think this is a really bad choice, but he's pushing forward to try and make it work, and I mean, maybe the pressure, maybe if he gets a bit of information, that could work out.
Still camping it as well. He's still sitting there. That is a lot of info, actually. Not a single person being shown in Palace.
Yeah, definitely. Although there is someone still hanging around T-spawn, so there could be a bit of an engagement up here. I think it's Kjaerbye. And as we were talking about, just lurking around back there, flashbang is perfectly timed. It's going to be a bit annoying, but the bomb is making its way over towards the B side of the map, inside that ladder room, and we're just now passing the minute mark, so plenty of time for Dignitas to still make their move. Smoke up as well, and they're getting forced back from catwalk. Dignitas need that opening. They just want one kill. You can see they're trying to make the boost happen so they can look over the smoke, and Fox is playing this rather smartly, just close to the smoke so that even if they try and look over it, he'll actually be out of their field of view. That's a very interesting idea, but look at the time here. Dignitas have wasted a lot just hoping for Kinguin to show themselves, and they just haven't.
Oh, I love it, though. They are making the correct call in the end, because Kinguin are assuming this is going to be a B push, and no, it's going to be onto the A side. Scream with the headshot, though, onto Nico. Drops him down to 4 HP. Going to make it a bit tricky here, and Michael from on high, up and still in apartments, takes out Nico at that MP7. It's going to be Scream getting over one by him, and we lose Michael as well. Perfect execution onto the A side, and Dignitas winning at all points there. The retake just not happening for Kinguin. But that's also, I mean, it's the bluff within the bluff, right? Michael is sitting up in Palace is telling his mates they're going to go B. I haven't seen anybody here yet. It's not going to happen. So they put 3 guys over on B side, Kinguin. And then what happens? They go through underpass, straight through connector, into the A side. MSL making the correct call there, definitely for Dignitas.
Yeah, and a really nice, I mean, there's three headshots on the round for Pimp, so very, very nicely done as well for him. Now Kinguin, they're still going to be able to buy. They have that AWP on Fox and not on Michael. Maybe he's feeling a little bit put down by the last game where he really did miss some flicks that he shouldn't have. I think Pimp managed to spot Fox there. Probably saw him getting the forward push.
Tricky there, yeah, but they're still managing their nades pretty well here, Kinguin. Few incendiaries left and a smoke as well over on Rain, so they're not out of options. You have to buy more time. Kjaerbye still waiting in pit though, spots that smoke go out, so now he's got a little bit of information as to where one of the players might be set up here for Kinguin on the A side at least. And Dignitas still in control of upper, although as I say that, Michael takes a fight, wins it, takes out Nico, and then they're just pushing all over the place in mid right now. They're trying to throw Dignitas off.
Well, one grenade to top mid right now would wreck MSL. He's on 4 health, and he's actually trying to get out from behind the barrels there. Doesn't want to end up taking a grenade to the face, and we're back into a 4v5 right now with Nico going down, and MSL is almost about to follow him. They need a strong refrag here. Dignitas going to run through the fire, and maybe that's going to catch Kinguin off guard. AC so quick in the bomb site, but they can't find a target. Hiding in the back though is Scream, and Michael goes down there. Scream with a good kill, takes out one. Second kill coming through, could be a third one. Yes, still has bullet for it, and it's going to be a nice triple kill. Picks up an AK. And it's now just buying time. It is a smart play from Scream, flashbang in, and it's going to be the quad kill. Very nicely handled on Scream there.
And that's just patience paying off for Scream. And that's when Scream is at his best, essentially, when he can sit in a position and wait for targets to come to him. We can see the control with that M4A1, just getting the job done. And everybody getting tagged up so low as well. AC with 14, MSL with 4. Like, easy frags coming in here for Scream. All he had to do was keep his cool, and he did that marvelously here. So a 4th round picked up for Kinguin. 2 rounds on the board for Dignitas, and Dignitas going for the 4th spy here. They do not want to let Kinguin start building that money, that bank that's going to allow the CT side to basically weather the storm here in the first half. Dignitas want to keep the pressure up, and now Fox with the AWP takes a bit of an aggressive position here up in B apartments.
And not going to get the flick, actually. He drops down to 30 health instead. Quick turn, going to take one, Immaculata with a kill, but AC does take one in return and picks up the AWP to get a double kill. And now somehow we've ended up in a 3v3 in spite of Kinguin actually getting those opening frags there. Scream and Rain each with a bullet to the face, and it's going to be Michael last man standing here in a 1v2. Bomb has just gone down, and he's trying to make his way in. Flashbang works perfect, but he can't get the last kill on Kjaerbye, and he's going to end up losing the round, but only barely. Still not a lot of rifles surviving on that Dignitas team. No,
it's going to be real light, and I think Kjaerbye would have had time to be able to pick up the AWP that was dropped as well, so maybe they'll have a little bit of a lucky break there for Nico, can have that AWP to work with in the next round. Excuse me. But yeah, Kjaerbye saving that round essentially. All 3 kills holding on to that B site from short. Stopped both of the players from Kinguin trying to jump through that window. And then, of course, the one basically setting up that crossfire with his teammate to take out Michael at the end. And very well done there. And now Dignitas, a 3rd round on the board. Full AKs across it. And now AC walks in. And no, it's Kjaerbye to get the kill onto Scream. Rain still on stairs, though. Might be able to buy a little bit of time here, but they're just going to go cascading onto this site. Dignitas with the overwhelming play.
And somehow again we end up in a 3v3 here as Rain picks up 2 good kills with the FAMAS and steals an AK. Bomb is down, and there's a couple of grenades here on Kinguin that might be used to zone out the remaining terrorist players just so they can get into the retake here. Rain trying to spray through the box, not really going to connect too much, and Kjaerbye's back here going to find the perfect time with the flashbang. They line up. Kjaerbye with 1 and gets a double kill at the end here. And it's going to be a nice round from Dignitas. A very solid play in the afterplant here.
And look at what the $200 did. A single flash, flashing everybody on Kinguin, and that opened it up for Kjaerbye as we see here. Just, wow, annihilating them. Rain trying to do the best that he can in that situation, but when you lose all your teammates in the blink of an eye, it's not going to work out for you. And that's going to be a 4th round on the board now for Dignitas. Kinguin with pistols, only P250s across the board pretty much. And it's just going to be a stack on the A side here as well for the CT side. So we might see them try and push into A apartments once again. Kjaerbye holding over here. This is his role essentially on Mirage. He's always on the extremities towards the A side, pit or apartments. So we'll see how he decides to play it. And once again, Dignitas just moving in, getting that mid control.
And I mean, in a round like this, it's very important for Dignitas to be playing kind of like how they are playing, more or less grouped up and very defensively. They find a kill on Fox there, which is also going to confirm to them that they don't actually have rifles and no armor or anything. It's a big giveaway. And now they're going to walk, you know, just scot-free into the B-bomb site. So a bit of a free round here for Dignitas. The only question remains now is whether or not Kinguin could somehow find a frag and steal a rifle. But apart from that, there is not a lot to be gained from this round.
Kind of milling about right now, hoping for some shots. And they just need to be able to get into an exit frag situation, that's right. So we'll see if Kinguin have any joy there. 3 players in CT as well, so they really are trying to bank on this. Kjaerbye might open the way, spots out Rain, and Rain now just trying to play for it, but he's all by his lonesome. He's got nobody there to help him, and that nade is going to do the trick. Nicely done by Kjaerbye with the bank shot. And this is going to be a 5th round on the board now for Dignitas, so definitely some solid work here coming in from the Danish team. And they're keeping their cool, and that's also what we were talking about at the beginning, throughout the pre-show. It was all about Dignitas sticking to the basics. They have more experience together as a lineup, they have more experience together as a team. Sure, Kinguin have some really strong aimers, but if they stick to the textbook stuff, anti-eco round, group up. Make sure you can refrag for each other, make sure that Kinguin can't get guns. These sorts of things are what's going to make the difference and edge out the win here.
Yeah, and you're right, that's one of the things that's making it really tricky at the moment. You can tell just the equipment they have is very limited. Rain there going to jump all the way down into middle quickly. I'm sort of wondering if at any point Kinguin is going to try for a push into underpass, but if you want to do it, you have to do it quickly and not sort of later in the round. So this is obviously not going to be one of those rounds for the Kinguin team. Dignitas, on the other hand, setting up for a bit of an execute towards the B-bomb site, and this time it's a lot faster than previously with all the players just rushing into the bomb site here. Hutten trying to find an angle, and he did spot a player, but he misses the shot, and Kjaerbye takes down Fox over at the L-bend. So now it's going to come down to Michael and Scream 2v4 at the moment, and Michael just pushing in, but he goes down, and Scream, he's miles away. He could never help out Michael. And that was a very unfortunate round for Kinguin. I thought maybe if Hutten would have got that kill onto Kjaerbye, then Fox would have stayed alive and they would have had a real shot at dealing with it, but he escaped in the smoke.
And that was some perfect timing there with the smokes as well, as we saw. Very well thought out take there for Dignitas. It's not every day that we actually get to see a nice B smoke take like that. Blocking offshore, blocking off kitchen, and then allowing for Nico to get in position to catch the rotator trying to get into kitchen with that AWP. It all kind of fell into place there for Dignitas very nicely. So now it's down to Scream trying to stay alive. I mean, if he can hold on to this gun, this can make a world of difference for his team in the next round, knowing what Scream is capable of. But that is going to be a 6th round now for Dignitas. Still 4 rounds here for Kinguin, but another round on the board. And on your T side of Mirage as well, we're pretty much getting to the point of no return right now for Kinguin. Like 6 rounds for Dignitas, they're going to be feeling very good about this performance so far. And there's still a lot to go here in this half. So it's still even more opportunity basically to just extend their lead, because getting into the CT side, Dignitas are monsters on this map.
Yeah, definitely they know what they're doing. Kinguin gonna have to pull it together somehow. I'd love to see a round where Scream really goes big here and gets a couple of good headshots. It's like that kind of performance, that's their star quality here. That's what they have to rely on. So maybe it's gonna work out. They are pushing for him. Could he find the opening? Michaelele's gone down, flash bang in, but not really hitting the shots here. Just too many targets all at once, really. And Rain down to 50 health. He's going to get spammed through the box, and the follow-up grenade from Kirby. Another touchdown as MSL takes with it. It's going to be down to Fox, last man standing. And when you're in the murder hole, you're going to get murdered, and Kirby will pick up that last kill. And Dignitas now up to a 7th round.
And it just continues to go so good for them. Scream, though, tracing perfect outlines, man. It was like Looney Tunes right there, just not able to land a single shot. And you're right, just too many targets. It was actually like too good a flash, and at that point, it's like overloaded. I don't know who to get. Everybody's blind. It's perfect. But it's those kinds of situations that can get the punish out. And now we see the big guns coming out here for Kinguin. 4th round still for them, but 2 AWPs. Michaelele and Fox both armed with a sniper rifle. So now is where it gets a little bit tricky here for Dignitas, and we'll see what they're going to be capable of.
This could be another strength for the Kinguin team, definitely. We know how good Fox are. We know Michaelele could be really mad with this weapon as well. It's a big investment, which means they're not going to have a lot of money left. It kind of has to work now, otherwise this first half is going to slip out of their control. And Rain is there with the first kill, tries for a second one, it's going to get it, picks up an AK, goes for a 3rd one. Rain not going to get it, and AC and Nico are going to swiftly reply and turn it into a 3v3. And AC just comes through with a sick headshot, taking down Fox as well. Rain just as soon as he went down, it was going to be all over, and Quinten finally drops AC, but that opening was just too big, and now it's going to be down to a 2v1 here. Quinten, last man standing, and bomb has been put down. This would be a big clutch, but he's already down to 18 health, and I don't see how he can make it through.
This is a struggle for real. Yeah, he's going to be making the right call in the end. Tries to force it for as long as he can, but then realizes, I need to back off and save this gun. It's the similar situation that Scream was in the last round. And Dignitas, once they get that crossfire set up, they're never going to make the mistake of peeking out.
It was like as soon as Rain went down, the floodgates was open. He was holding that connector, and then AC flooded through with a really good triple kill there. That's hard to deal with.
And it's the young talent right now on Dignitas that are doing a lot of the work. Kirby and AC both leading the fragging board. And now, I mean, Rain, magnificent stuff from him, managing to take 2 duels like that and win it. But I don't think he was expecting that 3rd man. That 3rd man might have caught him off guard a little bit and flustered him. But it's going to be the force buy now for Kinguin. 4 rounds total for them. Dignitas sitting on 8. Dignitas full bot. Nico with the AWP. No sniper rifles this time, however, for Kinguin. So we'll see what they're capable of now with the straight-up rifles. And Pimp has been spotted. Huiten going for that jump. And he's not going to get the headshot there, though. Nice try by Pimp.
Yeah, but you have to be so careful, actually. Making that jump is not going to be fun if you get shot in the face. There's AC gone down to Rain, but a swift refrag from MSL will drop Michaelele. So back into a 4v4. Still plenty of time here for the Dignitas team to make their way. They're going to be in connector with the bomb for a little bit.
Yeah, this is setting up for a B play here, essentially, for Dignitas. We've seen this in the past, and they go so far as to clear out connector to make sure that they can't get shot in the back on short. They reestablish the smoke blocking off connector, and Fox, man, he doesn't get that timing because that Molotov is there. He can't actually step forward to pick up a kill. Nico takes out Huiten. That's the key frag right there. Now Dignitas can just walk onto the site, and now they have Kirby rotating in. He was lurking over on the A site. His timing is impeccable, and his shots are too. And now it's going to be Scream, the last man alive here once again. And completely ineffective, sitting on the A site. There's nothing he can really do in this situation. He just lost all of his teammates one at a time.
It's turning into a bit of a disaster for Kinguin, and you can really tell that Dignitas have a plan that they're sticking to, just executing the rounds one at a time, and Kinguin just, they're never allowed to control the pace here. This is all Dignitas half right now. Scream trying to stay alive and seeing if he can maybe swap for that AK right in front of him.
See if he gets the joy there. They know he's where, and they're going to get that nade in there, but he should be living through it, wallbang through, and he is not going to die. So Scream hangs in there. Well, now it's going to be yet another, forced by situation essentially for Kinguin, because they need to start getting rounds on the board. They've run out of time. nothing is going their way. But yeah, this was perfect by Kirby, catching out both rotators as well. It doesn't get any better than this. Stands his ground and wins both fights. That's flawless. And now, yeah, we see it. The straight rifle buy coming out from Kinguin, but the nades, they have 2 smoke nades and a handful of flashes to work with here, Kinguin, to hold off the push. And Dignitas, they've got the read, the perfect read. All 5 members are about to go onto this site. Hello, Scream, you didn't have any action last round. How about now?
Well, he's going to get the single kill in there, but it wasn't enough. Nico will drop him afterwards, and now the bomb is going to go down. But this is a bomb type where you can definitely play the retake. If Kinguin wait for each other and wait for the full rotation, they might make it work. And Rain gonna pick up the first kill there on him. That's a solid start, and he almost takes AC with him, but that AK is just so strong, and it's a single click to drop him. So now we're gonna be in a 3v3, and Nico drops Michael. It's gonna be down to Quinton and Fox, and they're trying to get in here. Fox picking up 1 kill. A single click on AC would drop him as well, but sneaking through the smoke, the MSL, he takes 1, and then it's into a 1v1, and now AC just trying to stay alive and hide. It won't be for long, but oh, I'm not sure. Is there going to be enough time? They're ticking away. Quinton trying for the defuse, and he's just going to have it at the end. A nice clutch and a nice triple.
There's the retake, and there's how it goes. And the crowd getting wild here again. A lot of Kinguin fans in this crowd, actually, here at DreamHack Summer. So good to see, and they do actually manage to break that streak. But there's going to be plenty of money for Dignitas to buy up again, so it's not over yet here for Kinguin. They have a lot of work ahead of them. Money is pretty much not an issue now for the T-Signer. It shouldn't be. 15th round anyway, so yeah, there we go. So AWP picked up for Fox. That's good. That's good stuff. But nothing early coming out from Kinguin. They're thinking about it, but the Molotov goes down into connector, making it so they can't actually push in a mid. And then Pip gets the perfect timing, takes out Fox, who misses the shot, and there's the man advantage for Dignitas.
Nice crouch into the angle there from Pip, but Michael finds a big opening and only manages to get the single kill, but it's still not too bad. He spots a couple of other people out on catwalk and knows that they're going to be somewhere in the ladder room there. Pip doing more work, going to be taking down Quinton, and that's going to be the end of the half here. 10-5 and a massive victory. I mean, it's the exact same scoreline that Kinguin managed to get against Na'Vi, and that match did not turn out well for them for the rest of it.
No, exactly. So we're having a bit of a repeat performance here, and we'll see if they can actually change history. Does history just repeat itself, Anders?
It well might.
MSL looking very focused, the entire team actually. It's a complete turnaround as well from Kirby. All of a sudden, it's Kirby who's leading the charge here for the Danes. He is the one doing a lot of the work, along with the help of AC. AC, we kind of expect now to be that man to get the frags for Dignitas. It just seems to be the role, and he's stepped up to fill it. But it's like Pimp doesn't even need to come into play, Nico either. Like between the two of them, they're just wrecking, going toe-to-toe with some of the best aimers in the world right now.
Yeah, solid performance from Dignitas right now. They are up 5 rounds, and if they could win this pistol, that would obviously be incredible. AC set up here on the A-bomb side, and this is like we were talking about in the pre-show. He's so good at playing this A side, so I expect a lot from him. Gonna go for it early on. He loses MSL over by the CT spawn, so now he's pretty much on his own, and the smoke's raining in. Hard for him to really do much of anything. So Kinguin so far with a good execution, but AC finds a gap and takes down Fox, and now we're gonna be in a 4v4. Pimp with another headshot taking down Scream. That bomb is down, but I don't think Kinguin can hold it. They're losing players left and right. Nico gonna take down Quinton. It's down to Rain and Michael, and they're trying to prevent this defuse, but it's gonna be too late. Kerry taking out Rain, and Michael, last man, gets dropped by AC. A great retake coming through from Dignitas, even making it look somewhat easy here at the end.
And that's the difference right there, I think, right now. We have a fresh team, and we have a fresh team with potentially communication issues going on here with Kinguin, whereas now it's Dignitas who have stuck together for quite some time with that lineup, who have a lot of experience in those kinds of retake scenarios, and you could see it all coming together there as well. AC didn't overextend, stuck on the side of that smoke, found a little edge and got something out of it, but then the rest of the team rotated in and they moved as a unit onto that site. Whenever somebody from Kinguin peeks out to take a fight, he's facing 2 guns. And so that's what happens when you have that teamwork on your side. And now Dignitas, they get the start they need. 11 rounds on the board for them. They only need 5 left to get into the lower bracket match, essentially, the consolidation match for the 2nd seed in this group. And they're looking fantastic at this point.
Oh, Nico, is he going to throw a grenade down? Yes, he will. Pretty well timed there. Rain almost dying to it immediately. I mean, this should be a bit of a clean-up round here for Dignitas. It looks like it indeed will be. Last man standing going to go down and Scream, and that's him getting a bit of a frag on the board there. Not too much to talk about. I mean, that's how that round should have gone for Dignitas anyway. Question is if Kinguin can turn this around. Now, they've got a 12-5 deficit here. They have to win now, and they have to put together a lot of rounds.
And they have to dig deep. I'm wondering what Huiten is going to have in mind here, basically, because this is the key round. 18th round, because of the bomb plant and the pistol, they're able to buy a round early, essentially, Kinguin, but they're going to be walking into Nico, who has that AWP. No, the scout, rather. But a nade and a shot, and he's already done significant damage to the Kinguin lineup. Michael down to half HP and Scream at 14. It's not pretty here. But they do manage to take control of mid here for the time being, at least, Kinguin.
Rain looking for a headshot there, but his teammates are actually walking in front of him, and that's definitely not acceptable. Pimp them going to eventually go down, but they did lose Michael beforehand. So now we are going to be in a 4v4. Kiebu trying to get that kill, but Huiten just a little bit too quick there. And they are going to be pushing into the bomb site, putting the bomb down as well, and MSL will drop Rain, doing some really good work in the middle, but he's going to drop, and Nico will drop Huiten, so somehow, again, a little bit unpredictable, we're now into a 2v1. Fox with a good peek, and AC going to try and clutch it.
And they know where he is. Now he's going to come charging through that smoke. He spots out Fox immediately, though, so that's some good information for him. He knows where one of the players is, knows that the other man is going to be in kitchen, but great shots going out by Fox, bringing AC low, and he will win the duel. So Kinguin, they come through in the end in that big round for them. 18th round going into the 19th now, and they've actually done the job. They're going to be able to get the rifles going again in the next round here, and now it becomes the question, what do they go for next? And you have the caller right there on your screen, Huiten, already trying to set it up. But Dignitas right now shouldn't be taking any risks, and we see that reflected in their choice of buy here. Just a flat pistol eco, no big expenses. You know, they're just saving up essentially to get a good buy round coming up in the next one here, the 20th round.
Yeah, and
let's go for the deagle though.
Yeah, there is that single deagle. And we've seen MSL get some pretty good shots in it. He's one of those players as well who do kind of insist on using it. I mean, we can't really badmouth the Deagle now that Guardian showed us just what it can do. But
it's simple, right?
Yeah, but I think Guardian's Deagle play is going to go into the history books as something quite unique. That was nuts.
But Kinguin gathered up, but they're still trying to make up their minds, essentially. There is a forward push coming in here by Kievi all the way up into B Hall, so good information gained, but he realizes, okay, my time may be limited here. Decides to back off, change up that position. Kinguin, though, sneaking their way onto the A side. It's Huiten leading the charge, and he's going to be going in there, taking that fight. Scream looking for the headshot, but the MSL's going to land one instead. And now Huiten goes charging in. Fox and Huiten managing to get the job done, but there's a third man lurking on the site. That's Pim with the 5-7. Fine time. But there's so much of it here for Kinguin, they shouldn't lose their cool, and they will have 3 players alive at the end of the round. And look at that, Michael is the first. How is he sitting?
Is unreal. What are you doing, Michael? Well, I mean, that is so weird. If this works, I mean, if this is how they come back, the problem is he's going to have to sit like this for every single tournament ever. That's it.
I hope he has a number for a good chiropractor, right?
You know what? He's got his legs bent like that, so when they win, he can just jump up. Like, he's already preparing for the victory jump. That's what it is.
You know what we need back at DreamHack? Martin the masseuse. The masseur, then we'd be good. Then we'd be all right. Nico's got that AWP again after that round of eco, so we'll see. Oh, I think he spotted the man behind the box. Not going to take the shot, though. Molotov and smoke go down to block him off from windowed. And then Kinguin decided to push up mid, so this is just very standard stuff coming out now from Kinguin. Trying to get control of this map so that they can now start setting up for an execute. And they do manage to get that smoke down into connector.
Yeah, and they've actually established a fair bit of mid-control here anyway, so pretty good job on the terrorist side right now. Scream and a teammate, I think it's Michael, pushing into the ladder room, and the Dignitas are just falling back continuously now. They need an opening frag still, but all this map control is going to help them once they want to execute somewhere. Smoke goes up, Rain takes down Nico, and Scream is right next to AC, putting out a couple of shots, and I think Scream heard that. The timing, it's going to work out. Scream will pick up a kill, and he can't make the crossing there. Rain going to be able to kill another kill, and it's down to Kievi and Pimp. 2v3 at the moment. Pimp with a really good double kill there to bring it back on a somewhat even kill, but the bomb being down means all the pressure is on Dignitas right now. It's a 3rd kill for Pimp. He's doing work. He's lost AC as his top fragger, and now it's all up to him. A 4th kill. Pimp shutting down Kinguin and making it look real easy.
And this is what happens, man. Mirage, Pimp just gets fired up. There's no way that Pimp is losing to Kinguin. That's just what's going through his head at this point. He's catching up in the frags as well. 16 on the board for him now after that round. And I think you can get a little bit of the frustration coming through there, Rain shaking his head very slightly. So they know that they had that round down locked, that is a round that they cannot afford to lose if Kinguin want to make a comeback in this map. Now it's Dignitas who are getting a bit of a second chance here to get the momentum going again. That should mean that they only need the 3 rounds to win this, Dignitas. And yeah, MSL manages to swap an AWP over to Nico, so once again, offers there, but Michael goes for the Krieg, okay. So this is a gun that we've started to see a little bit more of recently, but it's definitely not a common buy. Scoped rifle, another variety.
Yeah, very rare indeed, but if he can make it work, I'd definitely be impressed. Ace is very low on health. He still picks up a kill before he drops, and Fox to pick up a kill, Rain with one as well. Nico gonna miss a big opening there and gets dropped down to 20 health, so a bit of an advantage right now for the Kinguin team. No bomb plant just yet, but the smokes are up to secure it, and they will eventually get the digits punched in there. And they actually secure this round. Maikelele gonna hide in the smoke right next to the CT spawn, push it through. Perfect timing, but the spray misses, and Pip will drop him down. Hutin and Fox, they're so low on health. Nico, he's not even gonna get the shot there. It's Pip picking up another double kill, and Fox hiding inside the smoke in the site. They have the kit on the TT side, and Fox has to find the perfect timing. He's gonna walk out, take down Pip. Is there another kill coming for him? It won't be happening. Nico picks up the kill, but he doesn't have the kit, and he won't win the round. Kinguin still do it, and Dignitas, that was close, but not close enough. What a game.
And I think the big kill there is Nico missing that shot in the open. 2 targets out in the open, and he's in jungle. He should turn that into a 3v2 for his team at that point, because both of the players on the A side had managed to each pick up a kill. 1-for-1 trades there. Nico had the big opportunity to just give Dignitas that round, it seems, and not coming through that time around. So, but look at how close it is.
Just to point out, the reason why you don't want to use the SG553 is exactly what Maikelele just experienced. Controlling the spray when it's, I mean, even whether or not you're zoomed in or not, it's just so difficult.
And it's also like just muscle memory, straight muscle memory. When you've got a few thousand hours with the M4 and the AK, that's one thing, but I don't think he has nearly as much with the Krieg, so there you go. Bit of an awkward moment, but still, they will manage to pick up another round here, Kinguin, so nicely done, and that actually puts Dignitas back onto a Nico. Good shots coming in here from Kjervi, though, doing some pretty significant damage, dropping Huiten low, and Nico's got that AWP. We'll see if he can hit the flick, and he does! This time, Maikelele's gone, and AC and Kjervi just going wild right now. This is getting a bit scary, although they do bring it back. Fox doing good work with that AK, but then Nico strikes again, takes out Rain, and it's just going to be Fox left alone. 1v2, bomb dropped out in the open, and he has to worry about the crossfire now as well. Pimp alive on short. Nico starting to think about maybe pushing around here. He's going to get back in the window, watching that bomb, and there's the shot. Nico rains it in, and it's going to be 14 rounds for Dignitas. 2 rounds left, and an eco round win to boot.
There's so many rounds where Rain just picks up a couple of kills. He's not just consistently getting kills, he's consistently getting double kills. But it's just not enough. I mean, the rest of the team, they're not quite there to back him up. He's having a decent game, and he's at 21 kills, Rain. Bring up the scoreboard real quick. I'm wondering if we can just get a look at what... 21, 26 on AC. Those are the 2 top fraggers right now. Nico gonna open up, and with a follow-up grenade, they don't have armor. It almost instantly kills Fox, and it's no fun at all, is it? AC and MSL picking up some good kills, and double, triple for MSL at the end there. And a bit of an easy round. They had no armor or anything.
And now here we go. We get to see what's going to be possible here for Kinguin. Basically, last round potentially of this map, last round of this tournament. As this is the lower bracket match, the loser will be going home after playing 2 maps here in the group phase.
Yeah, I mean, they made their way for the buyout group. Kinguin and Dignitas, these are the 2 buyout teams that made it into Group B here. But it seems like it might be the end of the road. They're going to have one last chance here to try and do it. And Nico's dropped down very low indeed. AKs and Galil's. Pimp looking for an opening, takes down Rain. Maikelele will fall, but Scream with a great double return. Pimp and MSL to go down, and that's going to leave us in a 3v3. Again, they've been having these, I mean, the fact that they can get into 3v3 situations is great. That's what you want as a terrorist team, but then they can't pick it up. And if they start to go B now, Kjervi's waiting, and if they go back A, well, that's a better choice, but it's still AC. And he has been having the game of his lifetime here at on Mirage.
Just straight monstrous. I'm wondering when Dignitas decide to rotate the second man over to window, at least get him halfway in between, because this is still a pretty hard committal to the B site for Dignitas. It's going to take a long time for them to rotate over, but AC is also in a position where he can play it safe and wait for that retake opportunity. There are no smokes, there are no nades here to make life easy for Kinguin. They're just going to have to walk in and get the shots, and as soon as AC starts hearing the steps, that's when it gets tricky. He's got 2 flashes. He could try and create something here, and he's going to be calling for the rotation as well. Both of his teammates now hauling to get over here as quickly as possible, and he will take the peek, but way ahead of time, and then gets that kill. Now it turns it into a man advantage for Kinguin going into this hold.
Yeah, very nicely handled. Nico gonna put him into position here. Looks for the kill, not gonna be quick enough, and Huiten will drop him. That's a double kill currently for the Swedish player, and he's gonna leave Kjervi alone. Takes down one, but he shouldn't be able to do this. Again, Kinguin just have to play safe and smart, and Fox ends up with a kill there. So another round on the board, making it 9-15, I believe.
Surprising that AC, actually really surprising that AC decided to go ahead and take that fight, go for that peak, when he really could have just sat there and waited for his rotation, for the rotation of his teammates to come through. So a bit of an error that created the opportunity for Kinguin to get that round on the board. But very well done there by Kinguin, essentially to hold down that site once they made the call and got in there. A hard round to win, but Kinguin get it done, and that puts them up on 9 rounds. Still match point for Dignitas, and they do get a pretty healthy buy Dignitas as well. So the AWP once again on Nico. He's going to be trying to take control of mid, and Fox now working his way through underpass rather. We'll see if he can actually get the drop. He's got Scream here to back him as well.
A lot of Molotovs on that Kinguin team. Love to see them try and use some of them to just sort of block out some of the common positions for Dignitas and maybe get a bit more control on the map. Good opening frag there from Fox to take down MSL, and that means that Kinguin are on the verge of securing another round, and Dignitas obviously don't have infinite money either, so if they can keep winning like this, they might force an eco at some point. I mean, overtime is not out of the question if you're here. You can still make it back, but Dignitas are going to fight hard and long for that one. 50 seconds left, and Nico looking for an opening here from CT Spawn, but he's going to go down. Pimp will get the shot on Fox, and AC to follow it up, but he drops right afterwards, and it's still looking good for Kinguin, and Pimp making a little bit of noise here. Not sure if they heard him. Scream almost exposed. He's going to turn around for it here. Bomb is going to go down, and there is a real chance. Grenade on in. Lee's Scream on 2 health. That's so close. Just manages to stay alive. And they actually do have a follow-up grenade. It's going to rain in there. Not going to kill anyone, unfortunately. They have a Molotov that they also put out, and Dignitas going to go for the retake. They're a man down. That bomb has already ticked a fair bit, so it's going to be tricky here. Quick into the back line, going to be taking down Kip. And now Pimp alone in a 1v2. He takes the first kill in, but he needs a little bit more. There's almost no time for it either. Gets another kill, and now Maikelele almost going down. Pimp fakes it once, goes for it, and he gets late and gets killed. Maikelele just barely gonna make it.
Yeah, that's incredible. Imagine if Scream dies from that HE, doesn't leave him on 2 HP, actually dies flat out. It's a totally different situation that we're looking at there for Dignitas, but also what shots to managing to lead things through. MSL getting caught out in the open, I think that's the big one right there. No eyes on connector, nobody having any idea as to where Kinguin are, and Kinguin just taking control of mid, getting that opening shot, and then just following it up from there. Also, Nico really needed to have a bit more of an impact with that AWP. So Kinguin, they bring it back to within 5 rounds, and Rain taking point as per usual, starting things off strong, taking out AC immediately. They're going to check Shadow as well. Very thorough stuff coming out. Maikelele to take out MSL, and now it's going to be Rain. He's spotting the man out here. In connector goes for the long spray, readjusts his aim, but will get overwhelmed by Pimp in the end. A little bit more expensive than they would have liked here, Kinguin, but they will get that bomb plant, no problem at all.
Kevin and Pimp, I mean, there's not a lot they can do at this point, but still trying to be a bit annoying to Kinguin. Maybe take a couple of rifles away from there. Maybe a couple less grenades in the next round if that happens enough, but Pimp, last man here, they know where he is as well. And Fox will take him out, so 11 to 15 now.
Maybe it's the discomfort. He's counting on the discomfort of being in that crouch position to actually keep him focused, Maikelele. You wonder about that. You hear about, stories of pro players drinking like a gallon of water before a match, just so that, they gotta really focus on the game. I don't know. There's angles there. All right, four rounds separating these teams now. We're not going to touch that anymore. It's going to be Dignitas, 4 rifles, and they are going to get overwhelmed once again. Rain taking point, just straight Scrim, run up on that A slope, and they manage to get out fairly early here, Kinguin.
Not bad, another entry, and that's really what they have to build that game on here. You can tell Kinguin are no longer thinking in sort of, tactical terms, just thinking, well, if you just run in and kill people, that's pretty our expertise at this point, and they might not be far off the mark either. It's a couple of Molotovs going out here, and Dignitas, they've saved the round to make this buy, and they're not getting a lot out of it either. They have 1 hit on Pimp and a couple of grenades, and now they're going to go for the retake, but it's a little bit mistimed as they're walking in one at a time, and Kinguin are tearing them apart here. It's going to be Rain with a final kill, 12 to 15. And this game is not done yet. No,
they are bringing this back. And this is where you start to see the lack of experience, I think, on Dignitas. The MSL, at this point, you could even decide to call for the pause at this point, just to slow things down and cool your players off, because you only need the 1 round to close us out. You need to have the 1 play to make it all happen. And so we will have another round of eco coming in for Dignitas, but they're starting to run out of room, you're right. And it's going to be straight AKs here for Kinguin, and a very aggressive mid-push coming out for Dignitas, hoping to catch them off guard. MSL will be able to pick up 1, but everybody getting cleaned in mid, and it's going to be Pimp, last man alive here for Dignitas, swiping the air in frustration. I mean, 1v4, what can he really hope to do here? What can he hope to accomplish apart from perhaps getting an AK to save?
I like that facial expression on MSL. That looked like he was about to have a bit of a migraine almost. He just did not look very pleased. I think we're in for a bit of a pause here in a second, so maybe that will give Dignitas a bit of a second to figure out, you know, what's coming up, what can we really do here. They still have a lot of options, in my opinion. They've tried for a couple of top mid pushes every once in a while, but they've never really committed to it.
No, there has been limited aggression on their CT side. You're right. No pushes into A apartments that we can see. Kirby has been playing a bit more aggressive over in the B apartments. He has been being willing to go for pushes, but really only when he had the pistol, when, you know, he has nothing to lose, right? If he had the AK or if he had an M4, something to lose, maybe, you know, he can actually get something out of that push a little bit more. So we do need to see a little bit more aggression out of Dignitas. They are also electing to really let just Nico handle mid. They aren't trying to get in and set up crossfires, you know, man on short, man connector, man in mid. Nothing of the sort. So we'll see what they like to go for here after this round. I mean, Pimp is really just drawing this out right now, hoping to get lucky with a shot, and we'll see if he can actually pull it off. Get spotted, and yeah, predictable result. But then taking him out. 3 players survive for Kinguin, and now we get to see and possibly what the play is going to be here.
I'd love to see a push to top mid, just because if Kinguin are going to be a little bit slow and Dignitas do push top mid and find nobody there, obviously find someone and kill them, that's great. But if they don't find anyone, then they're going to be able to put themselves in some much better positions for the eventual take. And it seems like Kinguin have really committed to going pretty fast. So if you get the information earlier on the CT side, you're going to be able to set up your defense a little bit better here. Some talk going on the stage right now. I'm not sure what they're discussing, but it's turning into an interesting game at this point.
What the play needs to be essentially for these guys, they need to just keep getting the shots. Rain so far has actually just gotten so many entry frags on the A side. I'm wondering if they're going to decide to change it up and go towards B, where they've had a bit more of a rough time of things. And if Dignitas can't have that AWP on Nico, at least on the B side, he's been consistently hitting shots. So that could be something that comes into play here for Kinguin. Essentially, you're trying to hit that timing as to, do you rotate, do you try and change the site that you're hitting, or do you try and just keep doing the same thing over and over again? Because so far, at least Rain is delivering results here. But now we find out, Dignitas, 2 rounds left in this map, and they are going to have that AWP up on Nico. 4 rifles and the nades as well. Kinguin fully bought up, of course, and this time Fox has an AWP, so it's not full AKs. They've elected to change it up.
Fox, he loves this type of opening, just a single shot through the edge there, but not going to get the chance. The Molotov goes up, and he's just going to fall back a tiny bit. A much slower style from Kinguin coming out this time, and I actually don't think this is a very good idea. It seems like this is exactly the style that hasn't worked out for them for quite a while now. Much prefer if they went back to the fast style.
And Dignitas also changing up their approach a little bit, it seems. AC kind of holding here, but Pimp also waiting in ladder room. They could try and get a little bit of a shot in if anybody were to come in through underpass right now for Kinguin. Fox still lurking around in B apartments, though, might catch Kirby out, so we'll see if the timing works out for him. If Kirby keeps jumping like that, that is a shot that an Opera can hit. But now they start rushing down into mid, and now things can start getting hairy here. Smoke goes down to block off AC, so he's going to be trying to get some pressure going there. And MSL, similar smoke to block off connected the Dignitas favor. And there it is, Pimp getting opened up on. He is gone. It's going to be the B side, and Kirby gets taken out immediately. Kinguin are making this happen at this point. AC stands his ground, but gets overwhelmed. And all 5 players alive for Kinguin getting onto the site. No decision made here from Dignitas. It has to be saved. You cannot go into any kind of retake scenario here. And Kinguin definitely should be out hunting right now. They should not be waiting around. Spotting the man out on the A site like that tells the story right there. They need to get in there and get rid of those guns on Dignitas.
Yeah, nothing to lose here anyway. I mean, it's not like they're going to be saving guns if they lose another round, so they might as well just throw what they have at the remaining Dignitas players here. Rain trying to push up into apartments, and MSL just wants to stay alive. They do line up for him, which is very considerate. And Scream and Rain going to go down as Nico picking up with, and it looks like they're going to be able to save the remaining guns here on Dignitas, and that will actually have a big impact on the final round here. They would have had they'd have no money for an AWP, but they would have had almost no money for an M4 either. So this is a big save for Dignitas. That could win them the game.
That could make all the difference in the world. You're right, and they do just perfectly line up. Rain and Scream, how very kind. You're right. But now it is going to be the 30th round. We've gone the distance on this map, and it's the lower bracket match as well. Loser goes home, winner moves on. And we have to see double nade into pit. Perfect timing, and Fox just in the wrong place at the wrong time, gets blown to bits. Scream, though, pushes aggressively, but Ace is there to save it. And they maintain the man advantage for now, at least, although Ace is dropping dangerously low. Pimp on the B side, though, will catch Rain. And Kinguin, they're down to 2 players versus the 4 of Dignitas.
This should be an unwinnable position again. All Dignitas have to do is fall back and play this one safe, set up some good crossfires, make sure you can trade the frag. You can even allow them to get the bomb down if that's what you want, and just play the full thing as retake. You have so many options when you have a 2-man advantage like this. And they even have 2 Molotovs and smokes as well. Mikelele and Quitten, this would be a godlike clutch if they could actually pull it through. They've got the time, and that's one thing that's going in their favor here. They can sneak around and check all the angles. You can tell that they are right now. But in the spawn, I think it's MSL holding right close. And Mikelele flashed in, gonna check the corner, check the shot, and there it is. MSL goes down. Nice teamwork. Next in line, AC is gonna drop, and Kinguin pulling it out of the bag one more time here. Flashbang into CT spawn. Mikelele wants to fight, but it goes down to Pimp. And now it's all on Quitten here, the Swedish player, the last remaining, gonna go for it. But Kerry takes him out, and Dignitas gonna win it 16-14 right at the end. And they knock Kinguin out of DreamHack Summer.
All 30 rounds. And yeah, there it is. Now Nico. That is some very fine work indeed. They do manage to pull that off. Pimp, the fact that he wins that duel versus Mikelele and CT, that's the difference maker right there. Despite being flashed, he keeps it together. And now, well, Dignitas, they fought hard and they did end up winning it. Kinguin not able to progress in this tournament, but still managing to push Dignitas to the limit right here in this last map. A still strong showing, I'd say, for Kinguin.
Much better than I expected, without a doubt. And I mean, Dignitas also showing a little bit of frustration at the end. I thought you saw that face on MSL there. Definitely looked like he thought this could go all wrong. But
yeah,
they
it's
pulled
that
it together
emotional team again. They're a very emotional team when it comes to this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it can get the better of them. There's still a lot of young, hot-headed players on that team, Dignitas. So, I mean, well, Richard Duncan, what do you guys think?
Well, I tell you what, we used to talk about the team that went on to be TSM being, you know, choke artists when they were in Team Dignitas. That was nearly one of the worst chokes I've ever seen, I think. That was unbelievably close to throwing it. And actually, a good point made by you guys. I think if Mikelele doesn't take that fight in Spawn against Pimp, I think we probably are going to an overtime there in that 2v2. So I think he had a rush of blood to the head, so to speak. Dunk, what did you make of it?
Yeah, the problem with the game was, on one hand, you want to give Kinguin credit. Like, hey, they were down in a hole. They should have, the game should have been over, but they scrapped back and they did string some rounds together. But it's not like they had some amazing execute. Yeah, Rain was having a really strong game. Scream was pretty strong, but a lot of it felt like Dignitas was a bit choking actually towards the end there. Like, even if they had man advantage, like you saw there, it would be given up too easily. Like they never even got advantage out of positioning. They would just take one-on-one fights, and yeah, I think all in all. Basically, Pimp just saved their asses there, because if that was headed to overtime, I wasn't feeling Dignitas at the end of that.
Nah, no chance. Well, look, we'll talk about that game a little bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to the stage for an interview with the losing team. Mikelele is going to face the public and see what he's going to say. So over to you, Dan.